Hello, my name is Alyssa Chavez, and my partner Taylor Waters and I are working to show you our first grade unit plan. So our standard is compare how human activities affect culture and the environment now and in the past. We are going to be focusing specifically on irrigation and how these human events from the now and in the past have affected culture and environment.
So we are focusing on irrigation. So the objective for this lesson will be students will be able to create an anchor chart about past or present irrigation systems, including at least 4 out of 4 or 100% accurate facts about their assigned topic, which would be either past or present. We have explanations of academic vocabulary, including sustainability, irrigation, and an anchor chart, since some students may not be familiar with that concept. Our anticipatory set is full of kind of curiosity sparking questions that will really get the students thinking about the material, why we need irrigation, what it's used for, and then we will state the objective. For the modeling portion of the lesson, we will be sharing the information with students. So we will be showing a video, we will be presenting a short but informative and visually engaging PowerPoint, and then we will be modeling how to create an anchor chart that will earn them the grade that they are capable of. And for the guided practice, we are going to do a think, pair, share activity. So students are able to collaborate and discuss these topics, and then students will also be making an irrigation timeline where they are sequencing different irrigation methods from the past, the first irrigation methods, to now current methods. For independent practice, which will also be used as an assessment for this lesson, students will be creating their anchor charts, as we mentioned in the objective. And we have included differentiation, extensive differentiation for a variety of different learners, including advanced students, students who are performing below grade level, students who are early finishers, English language learners, students with ADHD, and students with hearing loss. And then we will close that lesson out, of course, with the assessment. Following day, day 2 of the unit, we will be working on the same standard, but this objective will be that using dramatic expression, students will be able to identify one type of irrigation system, share one way the irrigation system impacts social culture, and then they will share their opinion on whether this impact was or is positive or negative. So for the anticipatory set, we will be reading a story about water. We will be following that up with questions to get students talking. For the independent practice, we are going to be creating skits, 1 minute to 2 minute skits on how the irrigation method can bring people together or keep them apart. And they will be using open-ended materials and dollhouse figures to complete this. And the assessment will, of course, be based on the skit that they come up with.
So on day 3, after talking about how irrigation affects culture, my day will be about how irrigation affects the environment. Students will be able to reflect on what they learned about irrigation and write 3 sentences on how the process of irrigation affects the environment, with 3 out of 3 or 100% accuracy. Some of the prompting questions will include: is water bad for the environment? What about overwatering? Some of the materials: paper, pencil, anchor chart from day 1 so they can reference back to it. Their independent practice will be: how does irrigation affect the environment? It will be an open write. Students will write 3 sentences to answer this question, and they'll be assessed on applying their knowledge to how irrigation affects the environment, such as runoff. which happens when there's overwatering and the runoff starts to affect other things in the environment. And most of all, we have high expectations. This is a very complex standard, but we know that our students can handle it. We really hope that you choose to buy our unit plan design. Thank you.